What is up, Juventus fans? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back on a transfer heavy week. Hopefully, maybe we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's let you know what you're gonna get into with this video of this episode, I guess, of the daily news show. We've got Demiral leaving on a loan. Maybe we had an update with that. We got Locatelli and Pjanic. What does that mean? How pissed am I going to be? We'll find out. And then Ronaldo wants out. We have an update on the Ronaldo situation to talk about. Stick with us. We will fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back. You're in the Bianconeri zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is August 3rd, 2021. It is a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday of a heavy week of hopefully transfer news for the club. Before we get into anything, you want your news, we're going to give it to you. We're going to feed you. But go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button to stay up to date. We're going to keep I don't know why I couldn't get anyway, we will continue to give you all the latest news regarding all things Juventus. Stick with us. We're also going to have a community that we can hang out with, talk, chat, BS, talk some other things, but get to know you personally. That's what we want to do here, and that's the important thing. I'm excited about this thing slowly starting to turn into the vision that I want, very slowly, but we're getting there eventually. Appreciate all the support that we've had from you guys so far. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to take in deep breaths. I need to learn how to breathe and speed talking at the same time. It doesn't work. Anyway, let's jump in the news. Very first topic of the day that we have is Demiral talking about Demiral, saying Juventus have opened up to the possibility of letting Demiral go on a loan with an option to buy. The total worth of the possible Demiral Atalanta deal will be around 25 million euros. And I think that was reported either early this morning, late last night. I think it was late last night, actually. Since then, we have had an update regarding the Demiral situation. Let's go ahead and pull that up now. Demiral, breaking news. Nico Balis, dang it, I did it again. It happens every time. Nico Baliche. You guys let me do it for so long. It's just ingrained in my DNA. It's this ugly American refusing to speak, proper Italian pronunciations, whatever you want to call it. Nico Baliche. I did it again. Anyway. He has an update regarding Demiral, saying that Demiral is on his way to Atalanta for a total of 28 million euros. It could even be a 2-year loan deal. Juventus will get around 3 to 5 million euros a year. So this is very important going forward. It's a little bit closer to that 30 million euro mark that we're wanting. I think 30 million euros would be fair. So, we're only a couple million off for Demiral, so I don't feel as bad about it. Still think it should be in the 30 million euro range, to be honest, for Demiral. It is what it is, but the implications of what this means for the club going forward are the important parts. So we've had talks about potentially, I think this one's an option to buy. Let me make sure. The 2-year loan parts, we need to get further information. We'll talk about it in the live later today, just to see what this contract means. Because I know there were talks earlier today saying, potentially, Juventus doesn't want to fully lose him. They'd like to loan him out, and then you can throw that option in, but they could have the option to decide not to, whatever. But it looks like more likely, I think because the Romero situation, Tottenham, done deal, signed, going to Tottenham, making a ton of money off of basically our backs of what we did with the player, sitting him for 1 year, and then they get to make all that, turnover. I'm not happy. Maybe you can see me settling into angry Justin again. So let's come back out of that. We got Demiral. So if we can get him for about that much money, if we're getting around 3 to 5 million a year, that money is basically going to be I would imagine that's just going to be a check from Atalanta that they're going to write out directly to Carnevale and Sassuolo for Locatelli. We'll see. That's the important part. We're getting some kind of money to put toward the Mercado. That's the key to what's going on here. Let's move on. We've got to talk. Now we can actually go and talk about Locatelli and Pjanic. We have the situation with Locatelli. This is Demiral who's reporting this. I think this was yesterday, saying Juve's plan B for the midfield is Pjanic. Juve are ready to present a loan offer in case Barca does not release the player. Both Pjanic and Locatelli are not possible, or is not possible. It's just weird. It's proper. It's proper to say is, but it's just weird for me to say that like that. Both Pjanic and Locatelli is not possible. Because I want to say are because there's 2. Anyway, whatever. As there are no sales planned in that department currently. So that's a positive for me, unless unless you were to switch it up and be like, yeah, you're just getting Pjanic. I talked about it. Julian and I both ranted and raved about it, or not raved, just ranted about our displeasure at that possibility that we could be sold Miralem Pjanic and act like that's a good deal for Juventus. Get the hell out of here with that. That's not what I want. I think Locatelli will get done, but if that were to happen, you might see more of a slight breakdown from my end. You know, Fix would say, Candyman's coming my way. He's coming to ruin my day. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it happened. Anyway, let's move on. We've got more updates from Di Marzio saying that Sassuolo is not convinced by the offers received by Juventus so far and will not let Locatelli leave until they receive an offer that they like. Again, go back and watch the video from yesterday. I ranted on it a bit. I'm going to stay cool and calm for now because I got to talk to you all again later this evening. As it stands right now, I wasn't convinced by the offer that was put on the table by Juventus potentially. Hopefully that could be some wrong information. We'll see what they end up offering. I think if they get close to 35 million euros, they should be fine. But 25 million that was reported seems a bit ridiculous. And then we have another bit of information. Gazzetta dello Sport was saying, this is all Locatelli news, all Locatelli, saying that Locatelli is disappointed that talks between Sassuolo and Juventus are this difficult. He, however, remains optimistic that a deal will be agreed upon. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Locatelli. If you go through his Twitter account, Locatelli is liking stuff left and right about Juventus, trying to get to Juventus. He is very open about how he wants to be a Juventus player. That would make me even more disappointed if this deal were to falter or fall through. Locatelli should be a Juventus player. To me, what Juventus would be... Why am I doing this? I didn't mean to do this. I'm still doing it. To me, what Juventus would be losing out on if this deal were to fall through, and I think that it will get done now. But if it were to fall through, to me, you're losing out on so much more than just a solid player. You're losing out on a body. You're losing out on an individual who is a fan of Juventus, who seems, for all intents and purposes, loves Juventus, will bring the passion that we've seen from Federico Chiesa this last year. Another one of those guys. And to me, you cannot lose one of those guys. That is what the foundation of what Juventus is built upon, that we need in this club. Inject that directly into my bloodstream. Just go right into it. I need these kind of players at Juventus. I need Locatelli. I need Federico Chiesa. I need these guys to wear the black and white. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's move on before I have a mental breakdown. Then we will talk about the situation. This is the source is AS. We'll take it for what it is. But it is Ronaldo still wants out. Supposedly saying that Ronaldo has not excluded leaving Juventus this month, with PSG and Real being interested. We're going to keep going back, and this thing's going to keep popping up. As long as we have Ronaldo, there's going to be talks of him being unhappy. As long as we have Ronaldo, and as long as Juventus has moments that they're still struggling, we're going to have these kind of conversations pop up regarding Juventus. So for right now, or regarding Ronaldo and Juventus. To me, until something happens with Kylian Mbappe or anything like that at PSG, I'm not worried about Ronaldo leaving. When I say worried, I know there's some of you that honestly maybe lean more toward my line of thinking, where at first I was open to being like, okay, if he wants to go, have at it. You're free to go, my guy. Peace. Good luck. Whatever have you. But Ronaldo does offer something to the club. He ends up branding. He offers what you're going to get with Ronaldo. You're going to get over under 30 goals a season. My problem is, obviously, I will talk about it plenty of times, or some of the, I don't want to say mental issues, but some of the, when it comes to being a teammate, maybe some of the leadership issues that I see with Ronaldo, I think that's fair to critique him when it comes to that. But if Juventus can retain Ronaldo for the season, we'll see. But as it stands right now, it seems that Juventus' stance, Pavel, I can't want to say Paul, I don't know why. Pavel Nedved also came out and said, basically, he came back, he's here for the season. He ain't leaving now. So those are the reports say. We'll see if that, resurfaces at all going forward. But as it stands right now, Ronaldo is a Juventus player. He will be a Juventus player for this season, as long as I'm concerned. Take that for as little as it's worth, because what I think really doesn't matter, but I have the feeling that he will stay with Juventus. Let's move on. We've got some more updates coming on from Sport, saying that, or maybe updates, but rumors or whatever have you, saying that Juventus continue to follow Isco. He will not renew his contract, and barring surprises, will be sold this summer. Real value the player at 25 million euros, while Juve value him at 18 million euros. So it's an old name that's back in the mix. Guys, I would love to dive into new names for Juventus's transfer market and talk about this on end. I'm not going to, though. The reason I say that is I'm not going to, because right now I'm not entertaining the idea that Juventus is going to get another player that isn't in the line of Locatelli, Kyle Jorge, and Pjanic. There's no money there. How are they going to put 25 million euros toward this guy if they can't buy the guy that they want in Locatelli right now? I don't see it happening. I'm not going to entertain it right now, but that is the report from there. I think a lot of agents or whatever have you would love and do love to use Juventus as a as a rumor mill, as whatever have you, to either renew him, to increase his wages, whatever have you. Problem is, Juventus right now I don't want to say not the Juventus of old. That's not what I mean. What I want to say is Juventus. I know people are tired of hearing this, but it's true. Right now, they don't have the money. So I feel like when you throw that out there, they ain't paying for him. That's what we're saying. That's all I'm going to talk about it right now. If you all are interested in Isco, comment in the comment section down below. Let me know. Maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more. Maybe we'll talk about it tonight. We'll see. Then we can move on. We got Bernardeschi to talk about. And this is Calcio Mercato saying that Bernardeschi will stay at Juventus at least this summer. Should he not get minutes, he could look for a move in January. Is this not the same report we get year in and year out, at least since 2019? It's at least the same report that I remember us getting for the last 3 years straight. I can understand. A new coach, that's an old coach. The new is old, but old is new, whatever. Allegri comes in. He thinks that he can do something with this player. I hope he can. We'll see. But right now, here, I talked about this. I think I talked about it live. I talked about it in plenty of old videos. Bernardeschi, not saying he's not the problem, but he's not Juventus's biggest problem right now. He's not something that Juventus is going to try to move because you have so many other players that are in the way first. Ramsey, the situation. I don't want to say Pjanic because he's not being sold, but that whole situation, I don't want to even deal with that right now. But you've got Ramsey, players like that. Demiral, who I'm not saying is a problem, but he's the one that can actually bring in money. All these situations of trying to make sales. We'll see what happens with those first before anything else really needs to fall in line to get to Bernardeschi right now. And you know what? At this point, just cut Bernardeschi some slack. I'm going to cut him slack for this part of the year just because it's not a player that really can be moved, and it's not likely that he will be moved. But mainly, you scored those two PKs when not everybody else did. You scored the game-clinching PK, thanks to Donnarumma getting stops. So I'm going to cut you some slack. We'll revisit this in January as it stands. All right. Actually, that is the last bit of news that I have for you this morning. We're going to have a lot more to talk about, I'm sure, this evening. So make sure you check in with our live stream that we will do every single day. If you're in the United States, Eastern Standard Time, New York time, whatever you want to have it, it is at 4:45 p.m. when we go live every day. If you're going by Italy time or by Turin time, it'll be at 10:45 every evening. We try to go live, hang out with you guys, see what your thoughts and feelings are. We appreciate you guys joining with us and just hearing your thoughts and points of view. I love to see this community grow, and I appreciate the personality that you all bring to this community. So thank you guys. Make sure you follow me at Justin Sofro and follow the Bianconeri, or that's on Twitter, and follow at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram as well. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. You've got to be subscribed, guys. You got to join us in what we're doing here. We appreciate it. We can only go forward from here, and we can only bring you more content. I feel like we're doing pretty well right now. I think yesterday we had 3 videos. Today we'll have 3 videos. So it's not too bad. It's not too shabby, really. We appreciate all the support and everything that you guys do. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.